This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Now the approach shot here at the par 4 first.
Generous green, just a little bit uphill. Not minute, really. Big green to hit into, though.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Great start.
On to the second hole, 171 yards, tricky little par 3. I like the looks of this one. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. So par 4 to open, then a par 3, and now Frank here at the third, a par 5 at 520. Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Second shot here on the par 5 third at Banff Springs.
Even though the green's protected by bunkers on the left, everything sort of kicks from the player's right to the left. So you can land that ball in the right section of the green, allow it to feed towards the flag.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at it.
This is one, yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, that the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
That will be a great look at birdie. Oh my gosh, that hurts. Oh man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Continues to hold that sizable lead on the rest of the field. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the 5th hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the third bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
Frank, what are you thinking about on this approach here at the 5th?
Once again, with a good drive, you're left with a scoring club. By that, I mean a short iron. Gives you a lot more options and a lot more flags you can go at. Even with a flag in the back left, with a scoring club in hand, you can virtually just go straight at that. The ball will not kick too much once it hits the green.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, the 6th here at Banff Springs, a good little hole, isn't it?
It is very tempting, very easy to sort of just stand up there and wail away with the driver and get caught. This is a generous fairway. You could hit any club down there and you're not going to have a problem with the second shot. So it's just trying to find a yardage that you're comfortable with.
That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards if you belt one off the tee. Well, you might have...
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball.
Great Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. This is a good-looking shot. Like a machine out there. Another green in regulation. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. It is in for an eagle. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank, but only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s, and 3 par 4s. This one not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one you have to be a little bit careful though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Frank, a lot of exciting shots on this opening side, and here we go again, second to this par 5 9th.
Got to look at the green down the other side, Rich. Pitches a lot from left to right, so two choices. You're going to hit a normal shot, you've got to aim that a little left of that flag. Either that or draw it back towards the flag and into that uphill slope.
Big swing right there, and a great result, and now a chance for a big swing in momentum with an eagle coming up. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And we are back on this beautiful day here at Banff Springs in the Canadian Rockies, set to kick off all the action on the back 9. The 10th begin with a par 3, Frank, 218 yards.
And I have no idea why this is called Little Bow, because over 200 yards, you really have to bow up with this tee shot here. That's for sure. Bending there, you need something that comes out of the gate very, very straight and with a decent height on it as well. If you want to land on that left side of the green and make it stop.
See if she can put a birdie on the card here. Good putt. So off the long par 3 10th, we are at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4, Frank.
It looks like a straightaway par 4, Rich, but if anything, the hole actually bends to the left, and you really want to follow that natural contour of that. Just sort of draw it off those bunkers on the right, or just simply carry it over the ones on the left. But ideally down the left side, it avoids that pine tree that's further down.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Frank, what are we looking at here at the par 4 12, 442 yards?
Players are really focused on that bunker down the left side. That's the one that has to be either laid up, which would be 286 yards off the tee, or worked off. This could very well be a 3-wood off the tee. Just hit it straight at that left bunker.
Well, Frank, certainly a chance to make a 3 here, but there's also a little bit of a risk.
Yeah, like a few of the greens on this golf course, if you just miss that target there, the ball has a tendency to run off in a different direction. Anything left of the flag here is liable to run towards the left, could even kick into that bunker.
On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
13th hole, par 3, 225 yards and heavily bunkered around that green, Frank.
It is, but that green gets narrower as the hole gets longer. Nothing wrong with hitting the ball sort of the middle part of the green here.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Just 5 feet left. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Safely aboard.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Frank, this second shot to the par 4 15th is what you might call a professional's shot. Explain why.
Yeah, there's always an advantage if a better player can shape a shot. So you have a long second shot, but just the way this green is, notice there's a slightly better entry from the left side. So the better player would try and hit a little fade in there. That might appear the safest shot coming in, but it's going to actually give you the best chance of hitting it close. General run-of-the-mill shot, sometimes you can just bash it away over that right bunker, but it's not really the way in which that hole's designed.
Has it. That's birdie. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, as we get set for this second shot here at 17, did you like the aggressive play off the tee?
Well, fortunately, you've got a second shot here, but now you've got to fashion some sort of bump and run. But it's a bit dicey trying to hit it all the way up there off the tee.
Birdie try up next. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you can't reach.
Well, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up the big one. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Frank, this is a pretty important shot. Second here to the par 5 18th.
That's a great tee shot now. The opportunity in front is, it's delightful, really. A good second shot here. Chance for eagle.
Good looking shot right here. What a shot. I mean, almost in. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, that front page of the leaderboard has been looking good all week.
You're exactly right, Rich. I think our winner is certainly going to come from that list right now. I'm excited for tomorrow's final round.
presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Well, that is a really good tee shot right there, Frank.
I think that tipped the 300-yard mark.
Strong winds have been a factor all day here, Frank. What's the key to scoring low in conditions like this?
Well, sometimes you've almost got to make the ball go to ground. You've just got to keep it out of those high breezes, play away from the trouble.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Great start.
Frank, it's always nice to begin a round with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole and now a par 3 to back it up.
You can see why short iron play is going to be paramount today, Rich. Short iron into the first hole and a chance here to hit another short iron into a short par 3. So you can get off to a very fast start.
This could be a good one. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. And this would be nice. 2 straight birdies.
Great, too.
Beautiful. Frank, how about the first par 5 of the golf course here at the third? Just a shade under 530 yards. Good birdie opportunity?
It certainly is. There's 3 bunkers just down that left side. Avoid those, and this par 5 very reachable.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Excellent position and just a huge shot. Second shot here in the par 5 third at Banff Springs.
Even though the green's protected by bunkers on the left, everything sort of kicks from the player's right to the left, so you can land that ball in the right section of the green, allow it to feed towards the flag.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. No problems early, looks good.
Does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Well, look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
Headed for the bunker, I think. Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Frank, when you play Banff, you get some of these wow moments where you stand on the tee and you say, ooh, look at
This is one. Yeah, this is one of them, Rich. Yeah, the elevation change from tee to green is quite dramatic. Consequently, you're going to have to club down a little, at least 2 clubs shorter than what that yardage says on the card.
good strike, Good lie. Good chance to attack the pin. Frank, what are you thinking about on this approach here at the 5th?
Once again, with a good drive, you're left with a scoring club. By that I mean a short iron. Gives you a lot more options and a lot more flags you can go at. Even with a flag in the back left with a scoring club in hand, you can virtually just go straight at that. The ball will not kick too much once it hits the green.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, you played at the highest level all over the world. What was a comfortable yardage for you on holes like this?
I actually had a club, believe it or not, that just the grooves on it, it would go 105 yards. It was a lofted sand iron, whether it was out of the first cut or up or the fairway. So if I could hit it around 100 yards, I could almost hit that distance with my eyes closed. After that, 70 yards was the next one. So everybody has that little sort of sweet spot with the wedge.
So that means on a hole like this, you were looking for something off the tee in the 265 to 270 range, and that would put what club in your hand?
Just in those days, it was a 53-degree sand iron, yeah.
So the eagle goes begging. He still has this for birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Makes the putt for a birdie. Well, Frank, this is the longest hole on the golf course, 602 yards, obviously a par 5, though guys like Rory have to be thinking about making an easy 4, getting home in 2.
Yeah, you referenced it. Longest hole on the golf course. Yeah, Rory McIlroy still reached it in 2.
That is just a beautiful shot. All right, Frank, it'd be fun to watch the players have a go at this second shot here at the par 5 7th.
Yeah, this green is well protected left and right by those bunkers, but thread the needle and, well, you might just nick yourself another birdie or an eagle.
Good swing, good shot yet again. What a shot, setting up for an eagle here. These putts keep the round together. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
Just a couple of feet. Always love to hear the sound of the bottom of the cup. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Moving a little left of the flagstick, Frank. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Could really use this one. It's for birdie. Good putt. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot. The ball just took off the face. That's fine.
This is how the game is supposed to be played. This has been just outstanding. Beautiful to watch. Frank, as we get set now for this second shot to the par 5 9th, What are the options for the player?
The biggest thing to take into account, Rich, is just the general terrain in front, because you can always use that to your advantage. I know the green pitches from left to right. You've got two choices. Just sort of aim it a little bit left, let it kick down the hill, or just try and sort of turn it back towards the flag.
That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Oh, man, just slides by, and only a tap in left. Good putt. Go ahead and do that for birdie. Frank, we begin this back nine with a real test. It's a 218-yard par 3.
And it's very easy to get lulled into the shape of that lake there on the right side and try and hit a cut in here. But that cut's going to work against the natural shape of the hole. If anything, a nice high draw.
Here we go. Early part of this second nine with a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though. Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center. Clean this up with a tap. Par here's fine, isn't it, Frank? On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrow.
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, who are the best putters you've ever seen, and what did they do that made them so effective?
Well, there was always the Crenshaws that putted beautifully, but the best, when it comes down to it, the Tiger Woodses and the Jack Nicklauses, the ones that made them when they had to.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
And in for birdie. Well, this is a good hole right here. Par 3, 225-yard 13th. Frank, what do you think?
Well, it's called sulfur. I can't remember what element that is on a periodic table, but Hardest thing here is not to figure that out, but figure out what club you're going to use. Just a fraction downhill, just over 200 yards. It does narrow up when they start to stick the flag in the back, but there's a nice fat target there, sort of those first 2/3 of the green.
Pure strike, good result.
Right, and that is close. Second shot.
Oh, that hurts. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
She has this attempt for par.
That's how you keep a round going. Make them from that distance. Well, here we are at the 14th hole. It's a par 4, 442 yards. You like this hole, Frank?
I do, but if you were spraying it off the tee here, then there's all sorts of problems. Bunkers left, trees right. This is a fairway you must hit. There's something about a well-hit shot.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions. Not trying to fight the wind, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other. And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
And drops it in. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
She's ended up on the fairway, and with such a good lie, so many more options available now. Second shot, good look at the green. Moving a little bit to the right. On the green, and a chance for birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Continues to amaze, yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it. Well, par fours, they're not all the same, Rich, but after that tee shot, I guess you can say this one's going to be easy.
That was a beauty right there. Good swing, good shot yet again.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy thing. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this team. And the first bunker, you should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is a fairway, you're certainly hit.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw. on the par 4 with a drive in 1.
That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. Will make birdie if this drops.
You love them, the birdies, and that's another one. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach. Oh, I liked that.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Just a couple of feet. Has it. Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, would you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the International Challenge. Always great to be in Troon, Scotland, at the Royal Troon Golf Club, founded in 1878. Frank, it is a golf course, true links. It's bathed in history. So the action is underway, and we'll take you out now to our featured golfer here at number 1. Stepping up to the first tee, Frank, what are some keys to be thinking about at this point?
Really got to pick a decent target. Really focus in on that. Don't really worry about left and right. Nice, good full swing. Slow, if anything, off the first tee.
Hold on here a second. She is winding up for a big one. She wants to smash this far as she can hit it. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. That's a nice lag putt. Frank, what would you focus on a long putt?
That 3-foot circle. Obviously, you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take 2.
That birdie will help, Frank.
Certainly moving into the top half, that's for sure. And starting to narrow that number down in front.
Frank, as we step to the tee here at the par 4 second hole, just 391 yards, but a classic case on links golf where the bunkering here is just so much different than a classic American layout.
And it's also where a change of strategy will certainly help. Remember, the ball's going to run much further here in Scotland than what it will in America. So you can use a shorter club and let that ball to run out to the normal distance you would hit it, perhaps with 2 or 3 clubs more.
Good contact, good result. And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Rich, these players aren't getting a reprieve with the win right now.
Right from the start, the winds have been kicking pretty good.
Yeah, but at least it's presenting that challenge for the players that don't get every other day.
And this will test the player. I mean, it's one thing to play with no wind in perfect conditions, but as we know, golf is a game of variables.
Yeah, and better strike will be rewarded today.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
Back to the tee box here on hole number 3, and there are a few club selection decisions that come into play on this first shot, Frank.
There is. The reason why, there's a burn that cuts through from the 16th hole all the way across the golf course through the middle of the 3rd. And that stops, or should I say starts, at about 285 yards. That really has to be at the forefront of your mind.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
So a good lie right in the fairway and only 135 yards away.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that's how you play the game, right there. So a tester from 4 feet. Starting to move on this leaderboard now, Frank.
It's got a nice look to it. Like a who's who.
Action is underway, and we'll take you out to hole number 4. Couple of birdies already on the card. Still early, Frank, but we've seen some solid play.
This is exactly how you want to start the first round of a tournament, Rich.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that hanging in the sky.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Hold on, maybe there is a chance for the win. That eagle moving the player into the top 10.
Just when we're focused at the top of the leaderboard, there's a lot of movement there in the middle of the field.
At the par 3 fifth, ready to get this hole started.
Prevailing breeze once again should be coming from the water, which is on the right. That makes that tee shot a little bit more difficult because it pushes the ball to those 3 bunkers on the left side.
This could be a good one. What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result too. It's just a tapping.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Moving on to hole number 6 here at Royal Troon. Frank, what are the golfers facing at this long par 5?
Well, you've got to attack this hole in chunks, Rich. Just allow the mounding on the right to kick the ball forward, then try and position that second shot. Keep well away from that pot bunker that's a little bit short, about 30 yards right and short of this green. That is the one that causes the problem.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. And now the second shot here at this par 5. Frank, not close, but not bad either.
You can always make the odd 20-footer, and that's exactly how far they are away.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This would be a huge momentum swing. This one's for birdie.
Has it. Now to 7 under for the tournament. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
Not really, Rich. You're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. Good look at the green. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Like a machine out there. Another green in regulation. Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Frank, the par 3 8th hole, it is one of the most famous little holes in all of golf.
123 yards postage stamp. Pick the wrong club, though, maybe a little too much, and it'll be a green that you'll more than airmail.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now. Second shot.
You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. Frank, the ninth hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You looking to make birdie here, or you happy to make a par and move on to the back 9?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the ninth is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's 2 tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side. But, Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. And he just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
I like the looks of this one.
What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Standing over the ball here at the par 4 11th. Frank, quite a hole.
The tee shot is so important here. This is one tee shot. If you miss, you will pay the price deeply.
Good tempo and rhythm on that swing. Frank, that one is long, and it is straight.
Well, in baseball, that's a home run. In golf, that is a huge advantage over everybody else that plays the game. You imagine just teeing up on every hole knowing that you've got 20 or plus yards over your fellow competitors? And this one just starts right of the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. Nudge this one home, finish it up. Knocking down all the shots today, now at 13 under. And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13th.
A hole that bends to the right, ideally hit it down the left side, and then you're playing to a raised two-tiered green.
Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. She had a good shot off the tee, and now she has all sorts of options available. Let's see what she does here. That is classy.
They had a chance of going in.
Just a couple of feet. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14th, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of the green up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
Appears to be tracking well. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par.
Frank, now at the 15th, and how hard is this par 4?
The key really is to get the ball on the fairway here. Avoid those 3 bunkers, because this is one of the flattest greens on the golf course.
Oh, I love this. She is winding up, just wants to tear the cover off this golf ball. Gave that the full treatment. Get up.
Smoked that one.
Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. In the fairway, sitting up nicely, and just 155 yards to go. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. What a shot. I mean, almost in. Just a little tap in here. Good putt. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for his second shot into a head breeze from about 270 yards. Managed to get it on the green, then knocked it in from about 45 feet for eagle.
You knew he was something special back then, didn't you?
Yeah, he was the only one that even tried that shot.
Safely aboard. There it is for eagle.
'17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3.
This could be a good one. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
Cleans that up in the hole. Frank, the right fairway bunker ruined Greg Norman's chance at the 1989 Open Championship here at Royal Troon.
Yeah, pulled out driver, and there's one bunker down the right side. Hit a perfect tee shot. What looked like perfect. Somehow it managed to run all the way down there and behind the lip. And of course, the rest is history.
That's in the fairway. Frank, this is a hole, number 18, where you don't want to be in a hurry to get to the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's out of bounds just off the back of this green, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't go long.
Yeah, OB is just steps from the clubhouse.
This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tap-in.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Well, Frank, round one in the books. Look who's on top of the leaderboard.
And that's with some strong play today. They don't really need to look back. Strong play heading into the second round tomorrow.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the International Challenge. We're ready to go. Off to the first hole. On the first tee, our featured golfer, Frank, has to be brimming with confidence.
They have to feed off the round from the previous day, Rich. There was a very, very good performance, and we're going to soon find out what these opening swings are like. Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big. What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1.
Normally you'd be happy to take 2 from there. What's one going to feel like? Great putt.
Frank, as we step to the tee here at the par 4 second hole, just 391 yards, but a classic case on links golf where the bunkering here is just so much different than a classic American layout.
And it's also where a change of strategy will certainly help. Remember, the ball's going to run much further here in Scotland than what it will in America. So you can use a shorter club and let that ball to run out to the normal distance you would hit it, perhaps with 2 or 3 clubs more.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
Right out of the center of the bat.
Did you hear that?
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. This is a cross-country special. Well, that's a bit disappointing.
I guarantee you, though, she thought she had that one.
We'll make birdie if this drops. That shot falls for a birdie. Here's the first par 5 on the golf course. It's the 4th hole. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Certainly one of the best opportunities on the front side. There's 3 bunkers, but really the one that you focus on is the one on the right. If you can carry that, that's certainly the one to take on, because that ball will kick a lot further down the fairway. And sometimes you'll be left with just a mid-iron into this green.
She really hit that tee ball nicely. It is in perfect position, and now she'll have a chance to capitalize. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
On to the fifth hole now, Frank, and this is really where the old course starts to test the golfers. It's just over 200 yards. You happy with a par 3 here?
You are. This is one of the toughest shots, certainly on the outward 9. There's 4 bunkers of this par 3. You don't really worry about the one that's short left, but the one just on the front right of the green is the biggest concern. You've either got to go around it or carry it.
On the green in regulation. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. How does that not go in?
Amazing. Stroke looked good. Line looked good. Just did not take that final break.
Continues to roll it very well all day long. Frank, it's all about the difficult rough off the right-hand side of the green here at the hole they call the slopes.
Yeah, 600 plus yards par 5, so...
Yeah, let's see what she's got here. She is loading up for the big one. Wow, I mean, she absolutely annihilated that tee ball. Frank, such an advantage when you can hit that far.
It's not fair.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Couldn't have done much better than that. An eagle is very possible.
So a tester from 4 feet.
And it is down for an eagle. Ball's teed up, ready to fly here at the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slight elevated tee, so you see all the problems in front of you. A couple of bunkers down the left, 2 down the right, but it's links golf, so you know where you got to go. That's in between them.
This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, this for birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. And what happened here in 1973?
The old squire, Gene Sarazen himself, made an ace.
He was 71 years old playing his final Open. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
She continues to play well. This is for her birdie.
Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it, it's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Second shot, good look at the green.
Surely not.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Down it, that's a birdie. Frank, you come to an Open Championship and you expect to hear the term gorse. You see it here on the 11th hole. If you do end up in the gorse, what can you possibly do to get out?
Anything you can. A lot of the times it's an unplayable lie, but if you remember back 2004, Ernie Els tried to play a ball when it was suspended about 3 feet off the ground and managed to flick it out of the sort of the thorny gorse.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Looking at 130 yards now for the second shot.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Oh, just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Getting set now over the putt.
Good putt. Frank, how do you size up the 12th hole here at Royal Troon?
Well, first look at 430 yards, you'd think it'd be a rather easy par 4. But that's not really the issue. The issue is gorse right and left. That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Split the fairway with that. Just a gorgeous swing. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, there was another playoff at Royal Troon 2004 in another case where a Hall of Fame player was beaten.
That's right. That was Ernie Els versus Todd Hamilton. Todd Hamilton had won Honda earlier in the year. He'd left the Japanese tour, and he'd gone to the Open Championship actually full of confidence. But unbeknown to Ernie Els, he was going to be beaten by the use of the utility club. Remember, Todd Hamilton, time and time again, when he would miss the green, would chip with the utility club and beat Ernie Els in that 4-hole playoff.
And now we see so many players using that shot from just off the green. This could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Frank, that one is long, and it is straight.
Well, in baseball, that's a home run. In golf, that is a huge advantage over everybody else that plays the game. You imagine just teeing up on every hole knowing that you've got 20 or plus yards over your fellow competitors? And this will be fine, just a little left of the flag.
That will be a great look at birdie. These putts keep the round together. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Frank, what kind of par 3 is the 14th here?
You can get sucked in here, just 180 yards, which isn't considered that long. But if you look too much at the front of the green, you're going to see that's where the protection is.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Well, she just played a wonderful shot from back there. This from 7 feet. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone.
Nice position, short grass, second shot. Good chance at one. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just drip that in.
Well, it's 4 1/4 inches. Use it all.
The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5. And here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it on the green from behind the burn. It was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3.
Caught that one flush, Frank. That was beautiful.
What was the movie again? Dead, solid, perfect.
Right in the heart of the fairway. Green light special. Outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result too. It's just a tapping.
So just a formality.
There it is for eagle.
Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, you've played in and contended at so many major championships. It's not a major if the finishing hole doesn't present a real challenge. What do you think of Royal Troon's finishing hole?
Well, it's not just the 18th bridge too. It's 16, 17 and 18 because the prevailing breeze, especially at the Open Championship time of the year, which is the second week in July, is normally back into it. So you look at that 464 yards, that's well bunkered off the tee, 3 on the left, 1 on the right, into a puffer breeze, and you've got yourself a great finishing hole.
Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of this green, because it might just be out of bounds.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. So all the scores have been posted for round number 2, and look who is on top of the leaderboard, Frank.
Yeah, with 2 very solid rounds of golf. Key right now, just stay out of your own way and keep it up. The pressure will start to build. We know that as you get closer to the end of this tournament.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge.